Blessed evening, collective. I'm going to pull a reading today for the new year and everything that's going on right now. And it's also good. It's also incredibly good. But there is so much anxiety. I get it now. It's in the energy. It's not just me. It's the feeling of things are changing. Stuff is happening beneath the surface. Some of it we're aware of and we know is changing. And then there's the anxiety around that because a lot of it is still unknown. It's up in the air. It's how does this work? How is this gonna... Oh no, my timer is done immediately. Whatever, vegetables are fine. How is this gonna work? The brain is desperately clamoring for some sort of understanding here. It wants a plan. It wants to know, or to think that it knows, because it never really knows. But it wants all of the steps laid out, that whole thing. And there is so much up in the air because we're being pushed into surrender. We're going to be shown, we're being shown, having demonstrated to us the way that everything always works out for us, that it is taken care of. And the best way to know that is to be put in situation after situation, often simultaneously, where you have no control. And it's quite obvious. There's no way for you to predict or manipulate what the outcome is here. Something is changing. Your housing situation, your relationship situation, familial, your career, whatever it is, something is shifting, or all of those things at once are shifting. And we don't know what the next thing looks like. We don't know what it's evolving into. We don't know exactly what we even want it to look like, maybe. We just have there's no precursor for it. There's no precedent. So we're going somewhere that we've never been before. We don't know what that looks like. To the mind, that is terrifying. And that's happening. That's what the energy is. We are in energy that's never existed before. This blend of energies has never been before. We're stepping into something totally new together as a society, as a species, as consciousness. It's bound to feel scary. It's like starting school for the first time, like starting any new thing. But I mean that to the nth degree, because this is the new. This is new for everybody. This is not something humans have experienced before. Again, it's just, this energy has never been. It feels weird. It feels different. Even if you're not someone who has any awareness of what's happening energetically, you're going to feel it. That something has changed. Something has shifted. We are not in the same reality that we were previously. And so there's a lot of anxiety there. There's nerves. There's tension. There's, we're going to have this learning curve where we just don't know and have to get comfortable not knowing for a while. Because we're learning that we don't need to know. We're learning that's not a thing that's required, actually. And when we let go of trying to know and trying to figure out, when we realize that's not our job, that's not our work here, and we just lean into it and continuously step back into the knowledge of safety and security, that everything is taken care of. That's what we're being taught. How else can we learn that unless we have situations where we can practice it, where we're faced with fear and uncertainty and not knowing? That gives us the opportunity to step into the place of surrender and saying, I don't know and I don't need to know. I give it up. I am not in control. I am not steering this ship. I'm just floating along down this river and trusting, believing, because I choose to, because it's the only thing that feels good, believing that it's taking me where I want to go. And maybe I don't even know what that looks like, but I know what it feels like. I know it feels good. And when I get there, I'm going to go, oh my God, yes, this is it. This is where I wanted to go, and I didn't even know that it's where I wanted to go. The universe is stepping in a big way. Additional forces of non-physical, which is all self. It's all the same self, of course, but we're just getting more and more energy pouring in that's helping and demonstrating. It is here to demonstrate that not only are we not in control, we don't need to be and we don't want to be. Everything is happening for us. But I feel the trepidation. I feel the anticipation. It's really excitement. It's just excitement that we've bound up in resistance. And we've bound it up in resistance because we've got thoughts that are flowing against it. We have desire, things that we want, ways that we want to feel. But we've been practicing thoughts that don't align with the desire. They don't support it. They step on it. They stand in the way of it. That's where the anxiety and the tension and all of that comes from. It's here to help us realize, to show us, here's why you don't feel good, because you're thinking thoughts that contradict your desire. So recognize that and just start soothing yourself into alignment with the belief of your desire. Putting your energy there instead of over here. There's nothing wrong that's happening. We're learning how to shift beliefs. The only way we can shift beliefs is by having the current ones pointed out to us and realizing this doesn't feel good to think. I don't feel good. I realize I don't feel good because I'm thinking thoughts that don't align with what I want. What I want is what's true. I can choose to think thoughts that support what I want and actually align with the truth of reality, and then everything falls into place. It just clicks in. But that means we have a lot of opportunities to do that. So there's going to be a lot of anxiety. And I'm feeling it and aware that there's nothing wrong here. It's excitement. I am so fucking excited for the rest of existence, which is eternal. And I know I have a desire to feel more and more excited about it, to get really confident and secure in my excitement and my enjoyment of this eternal journey. So I'm calling forth all kinds of situations and things to guide me into that place, to teach me, to give me a chance to show myself, here's how I do it. I fall out of alignment with my desire, I step back into it. Everything is shifting, and all of it is so fucking good. And I'm trying to just breathe because it's overwhelming, honestly. I'm gonna stir the vegetables and take the camera with me. I love you, baby boy. It is overwhelm. There is a lot of that. I mean, that goes along with it, of this holy shit, everything is new. Everything is different. I don't know how to operate here because I've never been here. And all of the things that I used to be, they just don't apply here. Everything has shifted. I have shifted. There's going to be a sense of loss and mourning, and that's totally more than okay. To let yourself mourn the things that have passed. They've all passed to get us to this point, to this place, where we're now somewhere totally new. We are at a new precipice, stepping into, again, unexplored territory, and everything that's happened before has been building up to this, as it always is. That's how it works. There's no regression. There is only ever progression, evolution, expansion. Everything has been built upon. It's like upgrading software. You can't just upgrade to version 8.0 from version 2.0. Version 8.0 is built upon 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7. Each of these steps up are important. We've been stepping. We've been progressing in the way that we're intended to. The way that is most effective and appropriate, which is not my favorite word to use. I would like to find another one, but just right, just in the right way. The same way that a child forms, or any other living organism. It forms in order. You know, you don't want to start with a fully sized heart in a fetus. That's got to grow. It's got to start small. It's got to start as a few cells, and then you get little bits and pieces, and eventually you get to fingernails. But you don't want fingernails before you have lungs. I mean, so we're in process here, and everything is happening exactly in the order that it should. And I feel a desire to remind myself and express for myself, because again, all of this is just self-expression. I'm just doing this for me. There have been many times recently that I felt a sort of obligation, and I never want to do anything out of a sense of obligation, like I have to do it, or I'm worried about what happens if I don't. I only ever want to do because I want to do. I don't always honor that in myself. I'm trying to honor it a lot more. Can you please not bite me right now? Ow. Okay. Thank you, but no thank you. Nothing is coincidence. There will be strong reactions against change. Go with the flow. Not all of society is going to go with the flow. There's going to be a faction of people who are resisting change, because that's what masculine energy tends to do. Within all of us as well, that's the ego. It doesn't like things changing again. It likes things predictable. It's the mind-made self. It likes to predict. If something becomes unpredictable, it's scary. And immediately it says, I don't want that. That's the mind. That's not you. That's not your wanting. That's the mind's made up sense of wanting. And it's all based on fear. It only doesn't want because it's afraid. And it's afraid because it doesn't understand. Speaking of fear. There it is. Yeah. Oh, is that in? No, I just have my deck upside down. No, wait. It is reversed. How did that get reversed? Fascinating. It's time to take a look at fear. What is it that we've been holding on to, and how is it holding us back? What is fear actually doing? What is the role of fear in our lives? Because it can serve us, but it doesn't serve us in making decisions. It serves us by giving us an opportunity, again, to examine what is really the source of this fear. It's a perspective. I have a fear-based perspective, which means I'm thinking thoughts that don't support my sense of security. They're not fostering security within myself. It's time to examine that. What thoughts are we going to take with us as we progress through this year? Are we going to hold on to these thoughts that don't feel good and that don't support our desire and our awareness of well-being and security and stability? Because we have a chance to just let those go. We can just put those down. And letting those thoughts go means what we're holding on to, what we're putting in the forefront, is the thought of desire, thoughts that support desire. We're holding the dream. We're holding the vision. That's what we're choosing to keep our focus on, not to be swayed from. We're learning how to root in not just presence, but the feeling of wish fulfilled. It's just holding that dream, yeah. Finding new internal stability, stronger in our sense of self and our awareness that we have everything we need. It's all right here. There's going to be a lot of stuff coming at us, a lot of misinformation, trying to kind of pull us out of alignment with the truth. And you know you're out of alignment with the truth when you don't feel good. You're thinking a thought. You have just temporarily, momentarily stepped out of alignment with yourself and what the dominant part of you knows to be true, which is that your desire is real, that all is well, that you are secure, you're worthy, all of these things. You've just temporarily forgotten. You've forgotten your safety, you've forgotten your divinity, forgotten your power. That's it. You just forgot. Recognize again and again when you feel that sting, that seizing of fear within you. Oh, I just forgot my power. I allowed a thought to be believed that wasn't in alignment with what the rest of myself knows to be true. So, what was that thought? If I can pinpoint it, I'd like to pinpoint it. If I can't, that's okay too. I'll just recognize that I have an opportunity in this moment to see that I thought a thought that didn't feel secure. And I don't have to believe that thought. I don't have to put any more energy into this than I already have. I can just stop right now and shift my awareness to the truth that I am supported, that I am divinely provided for, that all is well, that I am secure. I am absolutely safe and secure in this moment. Everything is working out for me. All is well. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of the illusion. And I feel that we're going to be seeing it in society in a broader way. Recognizing we're learning how to discern truth from fiction. If a statement is offered to you, you weigh it within yourself and you see, how does it feel? And if it doesn't feel good, you go, no, not for me. That's going to be tested. Tested again in the way of testing our strength. It's not like a test that you pass or fail. It's we're practicing here. And you take the test to show yourself what you've learned and to have an opportunity to reveal to you, here's some areas I could improve, I could focus upon. What we're being asked to sharpen our focus in is momentarily distracted. Sharpen our focus is on the wanted versus unwanted. What is it that feels good? How do we stand in that power? There's funny things happening, and I'm not going to apologize, but it's making me laugh. And I've totally lost my train of thought now. And that's fantastic. What is it that we can just step out of? What trains can we get off of? I'm going to just roll with it. You just go with the flow of the energy. I lost my train, but speaking of trains, what trains of thought do we want to keep the momentum going in? What are we fueling with our attention, with our focus? And we're going to be challenged not to defend, because you don't defend a belief. You just stand in it, knowing, with power. Lies have no legs. The truth stands on its own. That's the feeling here of we will be challenged. Our truths will be questioned, but truth is something that speaks for itself. You don't have to defend it. You just stand in it and know it. And you know the truth by the way that it feels. It feels good. It feels good. It feels right to you. It feels empowering, expansive. It feels like it feeds you. It fuels you. It lifts you up. That's truth. That's what truth feels like. So start feeling what statements, what things feel like this. That's how you know them to be true. And if something feels like anything other than that, then you know that's not it. That is not, in fact, truth. That's not a part of my reality, and I don't accept the influence of it. That was funny. Yeah, tests, moments of distraction where we maybe lose sight for a second, and then we learn how to find it again by trusting, by feeling. All right, so what am I doing here? This is why the fuck am I here? Six of Pentacles, Page of Swords. Examining what we are giving to. Yeah, is it making us feel smaller? Is it making us feel bigger? And I mean truly, because there's that sense of ego inflation, which is a little bit different. It's actually fear-based. That's the defensiveness. Ego inflates in a defensive way. The soul grows in confidence in a way that is non-resistant. It just knows. It just stands assuredly in itself and says, I don't care what you say and what you think. I'm not trying to argue with you. I just know what I know. That is actually masculine energy supporting the soul the way that it's intended to. So ego is still involved, but it is ego backing up and reinforcing the soul rather than ego on top trying to prove its point, trying to make itself bigger. It will make an enemy of. That's why it becomes defensive. There's a difference between digging into a mental standpoint and holding the ground of what you feel to be true. Is this something that you think you need to hold on to because you're afraid of what it means if it changes? Or is this something that you just know? You just know, and nobody's going to talk you out of it because you know. And it doesn't matter. Again, it's not a competition. There's not a conflict here. There's no enemy. We're not fighting each other just because you feel something different, and that is not what I believe. Doesn't mean we need to have a war against each other. We're allowed to believe differently, and I am allowed to choose beliefs that support my well-being, support my feeling good. This is how I discern truth. This is where I place my focus, on thoughts that feel good to me. We're lessening resistance in this way to everything that we desire coming in. Because the majority of our resistance is just from not thinking thoughts that align with our desire, from believing in opposition to the desire. So we're kind of requesting it and then holding it away from us. Our dominant work is to start just releasing gently that resistance by examining the thoughts and putting down the ones that aren't serving us, that aren't supporting the desire. It's all coming in. We will have plenty of opportunities to do this, to clarify ourselves in our internal position and to recognize, is this something that feels good to me? Because ego will defend thoughts that don't feel good. It will tell you things like, it's dangerous to stop believing this, or it's dangerous to believe that, and so it will push against those things. Pay attention to that. What is it that actually feels good? Does it feel good to believe that? To think that a thought is dangerous? Does that feel good? If not, it's not true. We can just put it down. Yeah. It's the Seven of Wands. Yeah, it is holding that position, really trusting the inner guidance, the inner light, trusting yourself over anything else. Trust your intuition. Trust your gut. Put that over anything anybody says, absolutely including me. Absolutely. If something is said here that doesn't resonate with you, that doesn't genuinely feel good, then it's not for you. It's not, and you don't need to take it. Put that down. Put it aside. Oh, yeah. We are teaching, we're showing masculine energy internally how to support feminine, which is following the intuition. You back up your intuition with belief in it. The intuition is the feeling, that's the feminine. The belief is the conscious, deliberate decision to permit that to be the guidance. It's a collaborative effort internally. It's a two-step process. You feel something, but then you got to choose to follow that feeling. You got to say, okay, I recognize that I feel this, and I'm going to follow it. I'm going to give myself permission. This desire, this whatever it is, this intuit that I'm experiencing, I'm putting that first. Even if I feel like I'm walking into the lion's den, I'm walking into the wilderness and I don't know where I'm going, it's dark, I'm going to choose the path based on the way that it feels. All right, I might need to go stir those vegetables again here. We'll see. We're just playing it by ear. That's what everything is. I never know what the fuck I'm doing. I don't know. Any of the time, I have no idea. And there's a lot of times that I feel terrified because of that, because the mind is terrified. We're just going to keep doing that. We're going to keep showing it. You don't have to know. And it's okay to feel afraid because everything is taken care of. You are provided for here. It's all coming in. It's all done. There's a lot of healing. I just get this feeling of being held in a really universal kind of way of, look, the universe is going to demonstrate your well-being to you. You don't have to believe it all the time. It's going to happen. But there's also that strong, just trust the internal guidance. How do geese know where they're going? How do birds know where they're going? They trust the intuition that they have within them. They have an internal compass. It's the same thing. Yeah, it's the Hermit underneath. Knight of Cups, High Priestess, Ace of Cups. I mean, trust the feeling. Follow the feeling. The soul guides us through feeling. We're learning how to really refine that and hone in on it and listen to it, to, again, practically apply this. We're putting this into practice now. That means we have opportunities to put it into practice. That means we're going to be challenged in a way. And it's okay. You can't get it wrong. Again, it's all just a further calibrating and refining of this sense. Two of Cups. Internal union. I mean, yeah, it's the card of soulmates. I wasn't specifically pulling on the soulmate cycle, but I do feel that's going to happen. There's a lot of, as within, so without. As our internal masculine energy learns to work with feminine energy, that's demonstrated externally. I just heard it's time to see the cup is half full always. It's more than half full. It's it's being filled continuously. It's overflowing. Your cup runneth over at all times. Keep the focus on what is wanted. Yeah, Ace of Swords in the 3D. Opportunities to use discernment. We're going to see a lot of things. Realize a lot of deceptions. Some of it is external, but a lot of it is within. There's powerful angelic energy, high vibrational energy right now that is cutting through the illusion. Truth is always healing. We have Archangel Raphael, Archangel Michael. It is just that, yeah, trusting yourself, again, sharpening your discernment. How do you discern truth? The way it feels. How do you discern what is wanted? The way it feels. Weighing everything internally. Sad horse in the soul. We've been guided to this again and again. It's time to realize that we have the power to perceive differently. I mean, the soul's not disappointed in anything. The soul can't be sad. It is only ego and the mind that perceives anything as having gone wrong and therefore feels disappointment in it. But just again, how does it feel? How does it feel to behave a way, to think a certain way? It's that difference between guilt and regret, which is, this is my personal definition of these terms. Everyone uses them differently. I apply it as guilt is something ego feels. Regret is what is felt when you acted out of alignment with yourself. It's not about other people. It's not about what other people think of you. It's what you think of you. Did you, in fact, behave in a way that had to do with trying not to disappoint someone else, and you disappointed yourself, essentially? Where have we been doing that? And we only do that because we maybe feel guilted into it. What have we allowed ourselves to be guilted into that we really don't feel good about? Yeah, really recognizing, learning how to feel the subtle difference there between, is this something that I want to do, or is this something that I'm afraid not to do? Is this something I don't want to do? What is it? What's the motivation here, actually? Is there guilt driving this? Or did I act in a way that was just not authentic to myself? And there's no judgment in that. There's just a recognition of, oh, I did something that actually didn't feel good. It had nothing to do with other people. It had nothing to do with their opinion of me or how I was received. It just didn't feel right to me. Ego will always be concerned with what other people think of you. It will want you to apologize to them so that you can change their opinion of you. If you're uncomfortable with someone's opinion of you, how they feel about you, if you're aware that they're uncomfortable and perceiving it as because of you, and then you change your behavior to try to make them comfortable, that's manipulation, that's ego-driven, that's fear-driven, as opposed to, I'm going to allow you to be uncomfortable. I'm not going to change myself. If I did change myself, if I acted out of the feeling of guilt and manipulated you, I would then regret that, because that was not in alignment with my soul. My action taken to change your feeling and your opinion of me was not in alignment with myself, and that I regret. So I am going to not listen to guilt. I'm not going to allow guilt to influence me anymore, because I am going to do what feels good to me. I'm going to just be me. I'm going to own my emotional experience and let you have yours. And whatever yours is, whether you say it's because of me or not, doesn't matter. You can feel uncomfortable with me. You can feel angry at me. Whatever it is, I am not changing to please you. I'm not here to please you. You're not here to please me. I'm going to please myself by being myself. Exactly that. 5 of Wands. What is the conflict here? If I am in external conflict, that doesn't matter. If I'm in internal conflict, that's what I need to pay attention to. Where am I fighting myself and why? If you have a problem with me, that's okay. I am not perceiving your problem with me as a problem. It's not a problem. You can feel you have an issue with me, that's not a problem. As long as I am in alignment with myself, as long as I am accepting myself, that's all that I need. I don't need your acceptance. I don't need your validation. I'm going to allow you to feel whatever you feel and not be swayed by your experience, your opinion, your influence, whatever you're projecting. You're allowed to. I just don't accept it. I don't accept your projection. I don't take it on. I let it flow through me. Yeah, something really about that, of being told you're a problem or I have a problem and there's an issue here. Okay, you can feel that way. There is no issue. I don't perceive it as an issue that you have one, that you say you have an issue with me. So you're allowed to feel that way. I am not going to change to please or appease you. I'm going to stand for myself. Strength. Yeah, I'm going to stand for myself, for truth. I'm telling you, we are being challenged to do that because we want that, because we want practice in that. We want to grow. That's how you grow your energy. You have an opportunity to stand in it and say, this is me. I'm holding my frequency. I'm not allowing myself to shift. I'm not going there with you. I'm staying right here. That's strength. That's facing the fear of someone standing in front of you and saying, this is wrong, you're wrong, you should be doing this, this, and this, and just standing there and accepting that that's the way that you feel. But you don't create in my reality. And I don't accept the influence. I accept that that is how you feel, and you're more than allowed to feel that way. But I don't take that on as a part of my perception. That's yours, not mine. And again, that question of fear. Yeah, recognizing how much fear drives behaviors. I'm going to stir the vegetables. And everybody's coming with me, including the cat. Recognizing the role of guilt, which is a fear-based manipulation tactic that we're all taught. If someone is saying you have wronged me, recognize that that perception is allowed, and then realize there is no harm. There is no harm. It is not possible for me to wrong you. But you are allowed to feel that way. I'm just not going to go there with you. Again, this is what the soul does for us all the time. When we're wrapped up in that perspective of, oh, things have gone wrong, something has gone wrong, the soul stands there and says, no, it hasn't. No, it hasn't. Nothing has ever gone wrong, nor can it. That's why it feels bad when you think that thought. That's why when you think a thought like everything is going wrong, it hurts. Because that's your soul saying to you, nope, that's not true, actually. And I'm standing here in the truth, the knowledge that nothing's ever gone wrong. And because you have departed from that perspective, you experience the pain of believing that something's gone wrong. That is your indication that the soul disagrees with you, and the soul is standing over there in the truth of what actually is. Refusing to depart from the awareness of your well-being. We are being asked to behave as the soul does, which is our true self. Again, to step into the role of our true self, which never departs from the knowledge, the awareness of our perpetual well-being, of our worthiness, of our receiving everything it is that we desire. How else are we going to grow into this role that is ours, our destiny of being divine, deliberate creators? How else are we going to do that if we don't have the chance to practice? All right. Vegetables are about done. I'm going to clarify this. Just see what else there is that might be here. Yep. Standing in power. King of Pentacles. Knowing that you have it all. You have everything you need. You don't have to worry about anything. The King of Pentacles is the most feminine of kings. This is a balanced feminine and masculine energy. Yeah, right there. Queen of Cups. Excuse me, sir. Queen of Cups directly underneath. Guided by feeling. Examines everything. Seven of Pentacles. Really looks at it, not with the mind, but with the heart. Look at everything with the heart. Does this serve me? Does this support my knowledge of my well-being? If it doesn't, it's out. New commitment to the self. High Priest here, and I'm getting this sort of marriage energy from it. There's a lot about union of masculine and feminine energy. Queen of Pentacles at the end of this. We're in new cycles now. It's time to learn how to expect positively, to expect what we want to come in, and to put down everything else, again, that doesn't support that. We're learning the power of expectation. That just stands out to me. Positive expectation. Expecting everything to work out for you. Expecting everything to be coming to you. That means letting go of the details of knowing how. And even some of exactly what. But focusing on the emotional content of the desire. What is it that we want to feel? What we want is the feeling. You know, you say you want something like $1 million. What you want is the feeling of $1 million. And then $1 million, you know, it's something that matches that feeling is what we're calling in, instead of the specifics, because that's what the mind thinks it wants. What we want is freedom. What we want is to know our freedom, to know our abundance, to know our well-being, to have that demonstrated to us in all kinds of ways. So we focus on that, the desire to know our abundance. And when we're feeling that desire, we're feeling what it feels like. Two of Swords. Clarifying the Two of Cups. Yeah, which way do we go? There's going to be a lot of crossroads. A lot of decisions, a lot of twists and turns. Which path do we pick? The one that feels right. Yeah, be wary of instant gratification. Take the long view. Not the thing that looks right, not the path that makes sense on paper. The one that matches the dream, the one that matches the feeling. If it doesn't feel like a hell yes, examine it. Flow some energy down it. See how it feels. But again, just stick it out for the hell yes. You're tasting things. The universe is trying to deliver the perfectly curated meal to you. The next meal, it's continuously doing this. You don't get only one meal, but it's trying to deliver a manifestation, and it's giving you options so that you can taste. It'll put a plate out and say, what do you think of this? You take a little bite and go, I don't know, it's not really thrilling me. There's certain parts of this I like and certain parts that I don't. And the universe then takes that plate back and says, okay, thank you. I now know a little bit more clearly what it is that you want. This is what's happening within yourself. I'll give you the improved version. Ask for the improved version. You keep doing that. You don't just take the plate and say, oh, well, it's close enough. I'll eat this. You hold out. You just keep following the desire. You want your desire to build. Yeah, trust the feeling. We're being guided by feeling here. If it's not a hell yes, that's okay. Examine the components of it that you like and the components that you don't, and be really honest about that. And then say to yourself, now I have clarity about what it is that I like and what I want, and the things that I am incorporating into the dream and the things that I'm leaving out of the dream. But I know also that this is not it. This is not the final version. This is a step along the way. This is a stepping stone to the next thing, which is bringing me to the full fruition of the desire, to the full-on, bells ringing, system lit up to the sky, hell to the yes, unequivocally, obviously, yes. That's what I want. That's what I want to feel. And I want to feel that about all kinds of things. I pulled them both, so yeah. Five of Cups, Page of Swords. Examine. Again, does it make me feel small? Does it make me feel bigger? Do I feel like something is missing here? What do I feel like is missing? Does it match all of these things, but not this? And we're not talking about checking boxes. We're talking about feeling. Because there is a huge difference. Something can check all of the boxes, except this one. And if it doesn't match the feeling, if it's not a hell yes within you, then it's not for you. Let it go. Wait for the hell yes. Wait for the hell yes. Don't settle for less. Let everything intensify your desire. When you get something and you're like, oh, it's not quite, it's almost it, but it doesn't feel all the way, it's not all the way, then you put it back. Be discerning. We're not settling for less. We are raising our minimum here. Yeah, that's a big part of it. Raise your standards. Don't lower them. It's not, again, it's not a rejection. We're not fighting against the things that don't quite meet the emotional standard. We're grateful for them, for clarifying within us what it is that we want to feel. You get to keep asking for more. You get to do that. That is a part of this. A big part. For you to taste and go, I like this, this, and this, but I don't like this. Please deliver the improved version. That's how this works. I am grateful for this experience. That's not ungrateful. That's not saying, oh, how could you possibly blah, blah, blah. I am grateful for this experience to refine and clarify my desire. Now I've done that, I ask for the improved desire. And you keep improving, you keep evolving. That's how evolution happens. Yep, Two of Pentacles. That weigh everything internally. Yeah. We're building our desire here. We're building upon it in a new way. If it's not everything that you ever wished for, it's a step towards everything you ever wished for. Don't give up on that dream. Be grateful for the step, because that step is another step towards everything you want. That's awesome. That feels great. I am one step closer to everything that I have ever wanted. And I know it's not this. That's why it's a step. Don't settle for less. Be grateful for the less that is leading you to the more, but keep asking for more. Discern truth by the way it feels. Be guided by your heart. Yeah, we're working towards it, and it is that examination aspect too, of really, I mean, especially in the Witch's Tarot is what I feel from this one, of we're really looking at things in a different way here. We are on our way. To the Nine of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles. If it's not that, then keep moving. If it is not Nine of Cups, keep moving. Keep your eye on the prize, what it is that you want. If it's not everything that you want, it's a step towards it. You can feel grateful for that. But don't settle. Don't just sit back. Six of Wands. Be open to receiving everything. Again, we're weighing everything within the heart by the way that it feels. Hold out. Hold out for what you really want. Victory. True victory. Obvious victory. I don't know how else to state this. Again, it's just the thing that rings all your bells. This is a long fought battle. It's not... It's not a fight. It's almost a test of endurance. It's a test of faith. Again, it's belief. This is... Yeah, I really feel faith, keeping your eye on the prize, knowing that what you want is coming. It is fulfilled. And if it's not an emotional match, it's not it. It's a step on the way. But know that you're making progress. It is coming. Don't settle for less. I don't know how many times I can say that. But just, you want the hell yes. Everything is building up to the hell yes. Let it. Let it. Tell me about this Five of Cups. Get excited about the hell yes. And all of the meh and maybes are building upon it. You can get excited about that. You can say something like, I got really close to my desire today. It wasn't it, but I know it's on the way. And I know I'm closer than I've ever been to receiving it. The fully manifested fruition of this dream, that when I see it, I know it abso-fucking-lutely, without question. Ace of Swords. Yeah, which is what we were just clarifying. And again, that Knight of Cups underneath be guided by feeling here. You're meant to fall in love all the time. And I mean deep, I mean fully in love. If you're not in love with what it is, it's a step on the way to the improved version, the one that you are absolutely, completely in love with, the one that you just utterly adore. Whatever it is, relationship, career, house, all of it. If you're not just head over heels for it, that's not it. That's not the final version, but you're moving towards it. Taste it, take all the things that you like, and keep walking. My phone died. I don't even know if this recorded all the way. I'm operating under the assumption that it did, but I'm just gonna keep going because I want to finish out this reading. I don't remember what it was I just said, other than you taste it and you keep going. Yeah, don't settle for less. We don't manifest everything that we want by settling for less, by taking the very first version of it and saying it's great. You don't, as Abraham Hicks has said, you don't just throw the lump of clay down and go, it's done. You keep molding it. You keep molding. That's what we're doing. We're molding, we're shaping reality. And we keep improving upon it, getting the new version and the new version. So you mold it, you set it down, you look at it, but you don't just say, there we go, it's all done. This is the one, it's the final version. You keep tweaking, and it's a collaborative, cooperative process with the universe. That's how we move to everything that we want. 10 of Pentacles. That is how we create the dream life, a little bit at a time, but knowing all along the way we're getting closer and closer. And when we get to the thing that is, oh my God, this is it. That's how it feels. It's, oh my God, this is it. Oh my God. It just fucking rips through you and you say, I just fucking love this. I fucking love this. This is so absolutely it that it's undeniable. And all of the things along the way were stepping stones. You don't need to be afraid to strike out. Keep getting up at bat. Don't just settle for a double. Keep taking at bats. Keep swinging for the fences, because you only need one home run to win it all, for the game to be over then. We did it. We accomplished. This is it. We got the manifestation. We did it. We made it to the dream. Wish fulfilled, because we kept going for it, because we didn't give up on the dream. We didn't settle. We kept it in view. We kept believing in it. We kept asking for more. This is closer, but it's not it. It's not the dream. It doesn't match the emotional content completely. Why? Because I know when it does, I'll feel it. And then you feel it and you go, oh my God, this is it. Yeah. Hold on to the wish. Hold on to the feeling. Wish fulfilled feels like wish fulfilled. I don't know how else to express that, but it is like, oh my God, this is it. This is, I just know it. I feel it. It lights you up entirely. It is a hell yes. Without question, this is mine. I want this. This belongs to me. This is everything that I asked for, and it's perfect. It's even better than I dreamed. That's what we're looking for. That's the feeling we're seeking, we're waiting for. We're feeling our way towards it, and then we get closer and closer. We get a little piece of this and a little piece of that. Hold on to the dream the whole time. Don't give up on it. Keep moving towards it. It is coming. It is making its way towards you. It's going to just appear. It's going to seem like radio silence. It's not. If you're paying attention, you'll realize it's not, because you'll be getting iterations. You'll be receiving almost their type of manifestations. You'll be getting something that, oh, it's close, but it's not quite it. Pay attention. That means you're getting really close to the, oh my God, this is it. This is all the way it. Just don't hold on to those iterative advancements. Let them be steps along the way. Recognize the contrast there is building upon your desire. Say, this is getting closer, but it's not it. So thank you. You pass it back. Ace of Swords again, clarifying the Five of Wands here. Yeah, stand in your truth. Do not be moved from your truth. You know what is true for you. That is true. It doesn't matter what anybody else says or thinks or tries to prove to you. We're shifting what is real in physical reality by holding the awareness of what is real internally. Yeah, Knight of Cups underneath still. That same message. Just hold the light, hold the focus on the dream. Accept nothing else. Ten of Swords breaks to the Ace of Swords. If it doesn't align with your truth, put 10 swords in it. If it doesn't feel right with the Queen of Cups, put 10 swords in it. Put it back. If it's not your Nine of Cups, if it's not everything that you want, if it doesn't feel good to you, if it doesn't feel true to you, put it back. You don't need to carry it. You don't need to use it. You don't need it. Strength. We're walking straight into strength here. Examine everything. If it's not a hell yes, if it's not clearly wish fulfilled, it's not done. It's not done cooking. Put that one back. Put it back in the oven. Let it finish cooking. Let that desire develop fully. You're adding to it. You are calling it forth in a big way. Recognize that. But yeah, don't be swayed by the dream. Say, I demand more for myself. I ask more for myself. I don't tolerate less than the total fulfillment of my dream. I'm grateful for every step along the way. I'm grateful for the things that are not total fulfillment of the dream, because they're pushing me to define further within myself what that feels like, what that looks like, and then giving me the opportunity again to stand in that power and that knowledge again and again. But I'm not going to settle for less. I don't know how else to put it. Tell me about strength here. I have faith in the universe. If it has the wherewithal to give me a dream, a desire, it has the wherewithal to fulfill that completely. Not partially, not a little bit, not close, not almost. All the way and then some. More than. There it is. Nine of Cups. If it's not your Nine of Cups, keep walking. If it doesn't feel like everything, then it's not it. It's a step along the way. Keep moving. Keep moving, because it's coming. You're moving towards each other. Don't stop. Keep expecting the total fulfillment of the wish. Absolutely everything that you have ever dreamed of, and more. And more. You will know it by the way it feels. It's coming. It is coming in. Yes, a lot of this does have to do with soulmates coming together, but it is also just, this is a unification of masculine and feminine energy internally. This is how masculine supports feminine internally. Feminine is the soul, that which feels, that which desires. Masculine is that which says, okay, we go where you're pointing. So feminine says, I would like to go over here. Masculine says, let's go over there. We get over there, and feminine says, well, I like these things, but it's not quite all of it. And so I think we go over there now. And instead of masculine, if it's overpowering, it would say, well, we already came over here. This is close enough. You know, well, we don't know what's over there. This is like some of the things, so we just stay with this because we at least we got some of the things. Feminine says, no, I know that there's more. I know there's more. I had to get over here to see what was here and try some of this stuff, but now I have a better idea and I can feel the pull is over there. I want to go over there. There's more to this path. We're not at the Nine of Cups yet. We're on the way, but we're not there. It is up to the masculine energy to repeatedly feel and follow and feel and follow, and it's a scavenger hunt. You're getting a little bit closer the whole way. What's right with the Two of Cups? Yeah, Three of Swords. If there is any question, and I don't mean fear, because fear creates doubt. This is, you know it when it lights you up inside. Oftentimes that's scary. Oftentimes it will create fear. Oh my God, I want this so much that it frightens me. That type of thing. That's different from the pain of the Three of Swords. That's not fear. If it doesn't feel like a hell yes, if it doesn't light me up, if there is any element of this that is diminishing or just not all the way, if it feels like settling, then I keep moving. I examine that. And I gotta remain open. I gotta acknowledge it's not a failed manifestation if it's not everything that I wanted. That's not a failure. Feeling the hurt of this, feeling the hurt of being, oh, I was so close, but it's not quite it. That's a good thing. That's not a problem. Nothing went wrong there. That is a part of working out the bugs. That's a part of this testing process of seeing we're getting closer and closer. It's all of this, but here's where it falls off. And I know the pain of this contrast of, oh, I wanted all this stuff, but this isn't the wanted, and that hurts. That's just clarifying my desire. And I'm grateful for that. And I can just keep walking. Don't accept the partial version, the partial match. You're asking for the full match, the complete match, the perfect one. Exact mutual reciprocation, energetic counterpart to you in various forms. All of the contrast is adding clarity, but don't get stuck in it. Put it down and keep walking. Don't be afraid of your manifestations. They're all leading to the wish fulfilled, to the version that you want. Every step along the way is important. Nothing went wrong. You're never off the path. You're always going towards what it is that you want. Just recognize that. Final message from the universe. 3 cards, please. Anything else you want to say here? I know I'm a broken record here, but if it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no. If it's not 9 of Cups, it's 8 broken cups, which means you keep walking. Do not give up on the dream. 3 of Cups. Yeah. 2 of Wands, 4 of Swords, and the World. It's coming in. The celebration, the absolutely complete lighting up, it's coming in. It's what was asked for. It's on its way. Don't settle for anything less. It's everything. 10 of Pentacles. You know it because it feels like everything. It's coming in. Move towards it with determination. Hold on to that dream. The feeling of totally, fuck yes, this is the wish fulfilled. There's going to be a lot of things, a lot of options. The way that you choose, the way that you discern what's for you is the way that it feels. And it feels so fucking good that you just don't want anything else. You go, absolutely, this is it. Weigh everything within yourself. Do not lose sight of your desire. Hold within your awareness, your security, your abundance, your well-being, and the truth that your desire is making its way towards you. All the while you're moving along in the world, getting closer and closer to it. It's moving towards you, steadfast, determined. Behave towards it in the same way. Accept nothing less. And certainly when you are discerning what thoughts, what is true to you, when something is offered to you and you're feeling not just, is this wanted, does this feel true? I mean, they're the same thing. What is wanted is the truth. What's unwanted is false. They're actually the same frequency. Your desire is the true. Anything that doesn't match, that isn't up to par with your desire, it doesn't feel good. And it isn't true. I'm not expressing this the way that I want to. But it's all been said here. I have said all of this already. It's just hold fast to your dreams, to your wanting. It is intended to guide you towards it. It's kind of a Marco Polo thing. You're getting warmer and warmer. And you know it by the way it feels. But when you get to the destination, the full manifestation, it is red hot. Liquid magma, surface of the sun. Oh my God, hot. Without question, you know it. This is it. This is the one. And until you get there, keep moving. Apply that to everything. Thoughts, beliefs. If the thought doesn't feel good, put it down. Pick up an improved version of it. Keep improving that thought. We're installing new beliefs here, and we're refining them. If someone offers you something, a perspective, an idea, weigh it the same way within you. Does this feel good? Does this feel better than the version of this thought that I was thinking? Great, then I take that on, and I'm moving closer towards my ideal mindset in that way. You manifest mindset as well. Everything is manifestation. And if it doesn't, if it feels colder, if it feels like, oh, this is ickier and less good than what I have been thinking, and then I don't pick that up. That would be a step backwards. I'm not doing that. Apply it to everything. If it's a slightly warmer version, acknowledge that. But don't settle. Don't stop there. You're going to keep moving forward. You step into the next vehicle and you say, this is great. This is going to take me further towards what it is that I desire. This isn't the end goal. This isn't the last one. I know that this one is an improved version, and there's going to be an improved version to this, and I'm going to keep stepping into the improved version until I reach the one that is, oh my God, yes, this is it. Perfection. This one right here. And I'm going to feel that completely. Again, there will be no question. But I'm going to focus on that. I'm going to know I'm continuously moving towards the complete fulfillment of my dream, which feels like more than anything I'd ever dreamed. That's what I'm going for. I am asking for more and more and more. I am moving towards the truly fully realized version of my desire that is bigger, that has all of the components that I've ever put into it that I forgot were there. And I will not be swayed. I will not settle for less, because this is what I came here to do. I came here to create, not with limp desire, not to get close to what it was that I wanted, to keep going, to keep improving, to keep refining, sending it back, new versions, version after version, until we get to the one that is, yes, this is it. And guess what? Then I do it again. I keep doing this. I keep refining and improving. It never stops. But I get to realize this is how we build the dream, a piece at a time, this component. And then I reach the fully manifested version of that, and I say, awesome, I have this. I know I can achieve all the rest of them. And it's just happily ever after. I am here to live happily ever after. And for that only to get better, for things only to get better, to feel better to me. That's what I'm here to do. To feel better, to feel more, to enjoy, to have fun, and only more of those things. I know I'm just repeating myself. I don't care. That it feels good to me. But that is the message. And I am going to go eat now. Because my food's been done for like half an hour. Just don't settle for less. Keep charging towards your desire. It's charging towards you. This resonates powerfully with me. I do intend that it resonates with you. If so, I would love to know. Leave me a comment, like, subscribe if you feel so inclined. But none of that matters. Just focus on the dream. It is coming. And you are coming towards it. This is a crash course. It always has been. You can't get off course. You can't be a near miss to your desire. It's just that it's not a straight path. You're tasting all these things along the way so that this gets more refined and clear. And the closer you get, the more you reach those things that are like, this is almost it, but it's not quite it. Oh, you're so close then. That's intensifying your desire. It's getting bigger, and it means it's right there. The stronger you feel your desire, the closer it is to you. It's already done. It has already happened. It's yours. No question. It belongs to you. Just keep moving towards it. Don't stop. Follow the feeling and never stop following it. That is the message. We're in for some real excitement, and it's only going to get better from here. So get more excited. That's all there is. It's only up and on and better and more, always and forever. Have a beautiful evening, my lovely collective. It's all coming in. Trust yourself, trust your desire, trust the universe, and know that always and in all ways, I absolutely love you.